going over you on the flight, inshallah, and the group leaders that are available to you. We will also talk about the trip schedule today, the flight schedule, apps and permits, which is a big part of the trip these days, and the current Zamzam policy, inshallah. So without any further ado, first I'm going to start with myself. I will be receiving the group, inshallah, when you arrive in Jeddah airport. We also have Zahid Qureshi and Kareem from Islamic Center of Staten Island, who are also joining us in the group, inshallah. So I would like to request them if they can come on camera and just introduce themselves. Zahid bhai, you're still on mute.
Oh, better? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, Assalamu alaikum. So my name is Zahid Qureshi. I'm currently the treasurer of Islamic Center Staten Island, but I also actually sit on the board of Al Falah Center in New Jersey, and where I'm the vice president. Yeah, inshallah. Thank you, Harun Bhai, for the introduction, and looking forward to doing Umrah with everyone, inshallah.
Inshallah. If I can also have Kareem, who is the religious scholar from Staten Island, Islamic Center of Staten Island, to also come on mic, inshallah, and just introduce himself.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. This is my name is Kareem, and I am the imam at the Islamic Center of Staten Island here, and I know we have a few from our community that are joining as well in Umrah, and inshallah, looking forward to meeting everyone. I'll be on board if inshallah. I'm looking forward to being the spiritual guide as well, answering any questions, and just really having a great, memorable life changing experience, inshallah, with the group. We're going to get very close to each other, so inshallah I'm looking forward to all of that. If anyone has any questions, let Harun Bhai know or myself. Jazakallah khair.
Oh, yakum. We also have two members from our team who will also be available at the airport when you travel. We have TJ, if he can just come on mic as well, inshallah, and just show himself to the community, and Samiuddin. We will have them in later if they're not available right now. So I do want to jump into the meeting. Okay, we have Brother Samiuddin who's on camera right now, inshallah. He will be at the airport.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is Samiuddin Hassan. I'll be seeing you at the airport, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Tahir Javed, and inshallah I'll see you with the group, and inshallah we're looking forward to serve you.
All right, Jazakallah khair. So inshallah, these are all the people who will see you at the airport, inshallah. They will do a quick meet and greet. Kareem and inshallah, Imam Kareem and Zahid Bhai will be on the flight, inshallah, with everyone. And we also have Noman on the flight. You will see him at the airport. We can go ahead and get started on our schedule, inshallah. So I know there's a couple of things, couple of moving parts. We've been sharing a few things in the group as well. Permits as of right now are not open. They will start opening up sometime this week. We will also be making sure that when they open up for our group timing, we can post it in the group, inshallah. But it's very important that everyone has their Nuzuk app updated. If you were using Etamanna the previous year, you can just update the app. The login information is the same. Just make sure you can have that going. And if you still need any assistance regarding Nuzuk app, which is called Nuzuk right now, just reach out to one of our team members, inshallah, so we can help you out. So basically, we are flying on the 22nd, which is a Thursday, and inshallah, we will be arriving in Jeddah airport the following day, and then we have a connecting flight to Medina. It is a long layover, inshallah. We are planning activity in Jeddah Airport. We were not able to keep the 1:30 original timing we had. The airline did cancel the flight, so they changed our schedule to the 4:40 flight. So inshallah, we'll keep you posted during the week. We're planning a small tour and inshallah a meal in Jeddah, and then we will also go pray Jummah and then make it back for the flight. And then we arrive the same day. We like to do a walking tour the first day so we can just show you where to enter into Haram, where do you go to go pray in the Roda or the Riyaz al Jannah, where can you go for Salam for the men. So a couple of those things we cover on the first night just so you're comfortable going back and forth. We're staying very close to Haram. It's less than a minute walk to get inside. And then you have a few nights stay in Medina, inshallah. So we do give you some rest after you get there. Then we have our historical tours on the 25th, which is a Sunday. So this is typically a morning activity. So after Fajr, you do your breakfast, and if any of the timings change, we do post everything in the WhatsApp group. So that's why it's very important to stay up to date on the WhatsApp group. Make sure you have all your family members on it. We post a lot of reminders in there, a lot of important information, inshallah. So we would like to advise everyone to make sure, inshallah, all your family members can join the WhatsApp group. And then on Tuesday, inshallah, we will be leaving to Makkah. The route is pretty simple. We make two stops on the way. The first stop is to make our intention for Umrah. So we go ahead and we stop at Miqat to pray 2 rakats. We make intention for Umrah, and then on the way we stop for prayers, and then we head straight to Makkah. And then the first thing we do when we get to Makkah, we go ahead, we check in, so everyone gets settled in the room, and then we give some time so you can relax a little bit before we go perform the Umrah, inshallah. So after that, you have a day rest, and then we do historical tours on Thursday, inshallah. That will also be a morning activity. Friday, you will catch Jummah in Makkah, inshallah. And then you have your flight early morning on Saturday. So on Saturday, we do pay for the night, so you don't need to check out of the room on Friday. You do check out of the room after midnight. So we meet in the lobby around 1:30, 1 o'clock to depart for the airport. And those timings do change sometimes depending on the situation, what the traffic condition is, and what's happening. So we do keep you up to date on all those things. I do want to hand it over to Sister Rahima so she can cover Nuzuk app.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Rahima. I'm here to assist with everything tech related. I like to call myself the designated young person. So if you have any troubles with Nusuk, you can always reach out. I'm actually going to go ahead and share my screen from my phone so we can kind of walk through this process together. And if you have your phone handy and haven't actually downloaded Nusuk or haven't set it up, I think this would be a great time for you to do so and just kind of follow through with that process. So what I'm going to do is share my screen. Alrighty, so this is what the Nusuk app will look like right here in the top left corner. It's like a brownish shade and it's got like a white outline of the Kaaba. So when you click on it, you're taken to the main page. I believe I'm signed in, so I'm gonna have to sign out just to show you guys how that works. I can give you a little bit of a tutorial how the app inside of it works first. So you've got your local Hajj services. You don't really need to worry about those too much. Next, you have the Holy Mosque services, which is basically the permits that you'll need when you're in Mecca. And from there, you can click on Umrah. You'll see your name or you'll see a blank box here and you click on that and then you press continue. Once you've done that, you'll get different times and slots that you can make a permit for. So currently our timings aren't up here yet. They're rolling appointments. So as they roll out, you get a chance to make your appointment, but I'm just going to show you how to make one. So let's say for the 21st. So I'd click on the 21st and then I'd scroll down and I'd look at the time that suits me best. For example, just putting down 8 o'clock. Obligation to see the instructions. If you'd like to read the instructions, they're right here. Instructions for Holy Mosque entry. You just click on them and then you press continue. Right, and so now you have a permit. You know that your permit is active because you have that blinking light in the top right corner, right? And so that's how you know that it's active. So one thing to remember with permits, and this is really important, is that they are time sensitive, especially those in Medina, the Roda permits. So you want to make sure you make your appointment for such a time that you know you'll make it. And if you won't be able to make it and you know that in advance, do go ahead and cancel it. You cannot cancel a permit once the time has come. So let's say the timing for this is 8:01 a.m. So 8:01, once 8:01 is coming, I can no longer cancel this permit. But because it isn't December 21st, 8:01, I can cancel the permit. It's really simple. I'm just going to go ahead and press cancel permit, agree, yes, and I'll get a sign saying canceled. There you go. And so now it's no longer blinking, which means that this permit is no longer active. It has been canceled, right? And another thing for us to note, which is really, really important, because sometimes people get confused with it, is that when you're making an appointment, the timings are in military standard timings. If you look at it, you'll see 0 to 2, meaning, midnight to 12 a.m., like that. And then once you go past 12 o'clock, it actually becomes military time. So 12 to 14, meaning 12 o'clock to 2 p.m. So please be careful with that. I've had people come to me and be like, I had a 2 a.m. appointment, but I thought it was a 2 p.m. appointment, things like that. So just, keeping that in mind, being careful with that. The road is exactly the same way. You'd access that from the third row on this page in the same manner. So I can show you for the women's side. The men's side is basically identical. It's the same thing as Umrah. You press continue and then you have your time slot. So currently, again, our time slots aren't open yet. We're expecting them to start opening up in the next couple of days. They do go week by week. So we definitely recommend just, checking the app from time to time. We'll also be checking it and posting once it's ready. So that way you can get your permit. But I do advise not waiting on this. Permits are limited, so we want to make sure that everyone gets a chance. And just while I'm on the screen, I'd also like to point out that the bottom row where you see home, you'll see the words next to it, permits. So you can go to permits. Currently, there's no active permits, right? Because we canceled that Umrah permit. You can go to past permits, permits that have already been used or have passed, and then canceled permits. You can see, for example, the one that we made for the 21st, which we just canceled, right? And so if you ever need to pull up a permit, you forgot what time your appointment was, you just go down here where it says permits, click on that, and then go to active permits and you'll see your timing. Other to that, there's other services. This isn't something we use so much. And then a really cool feature that I like is in here is that when you go to more, you can actually go to my services, and here you can find the Qibla direction wherever you are, and also you can get the prayers for Makkah or Medina when you're in the city in case you need the timings. So this is kind of like a deep dive into the Nusuk app. Inshallah, everyone has all the instructions in the WhatsApp groups already. If you didn't receive them, please reach out to me, and you can actually set up your Nusuk right away. Like there's no need to wait on that. So Brother Harun, I know you had a couple points that you also wanted to mention in regards to Nusuk for the men's side.
So before I even jump into that, I know a few people still haven't received their visas. We still have some people who had valid visas. So if you already have an active account, please use that account to get your permits. As soon as the visas expire, we will be issuing the new visas. And I see there are a couple of questions that are also coming in the chat. Inshallah, we're leaving the Q&A for the end. So just bear with us for a few more minutes. We're almost done covering all the information. So just make sure you're actually using the old app if you still have it. So it used to be called Itamarna. Just update the app. The name will change to Nuzuk, and your login information will still be the same. Uh, we're expecting at the end of this week to have the permits open for the Roda on the 24th, which works very well for this group. But if you're not able to secure the 24th, then it will most probably be another week till you can actually secure the 25th or the 26th. So just keep that in mind, inshallah. And we will, of course, be posting. Usually they update the permit system around Friday or Saturday. But if it does happen before that, inshallah, we do like to check daily if there are any updates, and we will post it in the group. And another reminder, you do need a separate account for each family member. They do not let you do all the family members into one app. So it's very important that you understand that the entire family needs to have a individual account. For little kids, you can also make an account too. For Umrah, it's not really a problem. They don't really check the permits as much, but it's always a good idea to actually have an account for every family member so they can go and do all the activities without any issues. And for the men, you don't need a permit for going and giving salam to the Prophet ﷺ, so you can go as many times as you want. And also, when you're going for the salam, like young kids, like under 6, they don't really bother. They let them go give salam to. It doesn't matter, boys or girls. It's irrelevant. You can take them both. And it's much easier, even when the prayer happens, it's much easier to take the little kids on the men's side than it is on the women's side. So just a few tips and tricks, while you're in Medina. In Makkah, usually the families go together anyways. They have like small sections for women and for men, even if you go pray inside Haram. So just a reminder, we will be posting again in the group, inshallah, regarding the permits. And just keep in mind that if you see them before we post it, just go ahead and take out the permits. We do have all the times already available. We posted in the group, inshallah, and of course we will post another reminder when the permits do open up. The last topic that I wanted to talk about is the current Zamzam policy. So in our November groups, they did not allow us to bring back Zamzam. If anything changes, we will go ahead, inshallah, and keep you informed. Many people always ask me, can I just put it in my luggage and bring it? It is something where you need to decide on your own, because the airlines sometimes does hold the luggage back, and it has happened where they send it back after 2 weeks. So they remove the Zamzam and they send the luggage. Sometimes it goes through too, but it's highly advised not to put it in the luggage. So other than that, inshallah, if the Zamzam is working out or if there's no issues, inshallah, we will give you a Zamzam at the airport. And another reminder, please make sure if any other family members are traveling and they have WhatsApp, please join the group. Sometimes one person misses a notification, but another person in the family checks it, and you're able to join for all the activities that will be going on during the trip, inshallah. I do want to open it up for Q&A, so if anyone has any questions. I see Qamar Manzoor's hand up. If you want to unmute yourself, inshallah, and ask a question.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I just have a quick question about the visa. So when do we know about the visa? When do we get it?
We're emailing them out. There's a few pending visas left right now for anyone who had an active visa. All the visas are issued, so we will inshallah post in the group chat, inshallah. Just message our office number, and they will send out the visas to you if you haven't received it yet. But there are very few visas that are left to send, so just bear with us, inshallah. An hour or so, you should have your visa.
So are we going to get it on the individual basis, or is it on the group chat?
You will get it on an individual basis. It has a lot of sensitive information. We don't share that in the group chat.
Right.
We're not going to share anyone's visas on the
Right.
group chat, but we will share the contact number so you can message our office, inshallah, and they'll send it over to you.
Harun Bhai, sorry to just interrupt. So,
Mhm.
Brother Kamar is actually part of the ICSI group as well. So I can work with you for with any ICSI community members as well.
All right, not a problem. The
Okay.
ICSI visas, they're already uploaded. They're already sent
Okay.
to the drive folder. So inshallah, if you get a chance, please share it with them after the meeting,
Okay,
inshallah.
perfect. Thank you.
I see Brother Mahmoud's hand is also up. If you can unmute yourself, inshallah. And
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. So I have
Wa
two
alaikum salam.
questions. Yesterday we tried to install Umrah app on our iPhones. Me and my wife, we have old iPhones. So the Umrah app was not really working on our iPhones. So we had two Samsung phones. We do not use those Samsung phones here in US. They do not work, but they work in Saudi Arabia. So probably when we get there, we will get SIMs for our Samsung phone. So probably we have to rejoin this WhatsApp group using our Saudi numbers, right? So I don't see an issue with that. But right now, I am currently in the group using our US numbers. Okay, so do you see any issue with that, or
No, that's
Yeah, I
not a
can jump in
problem.
here. Yeah, adding as many numbers as you need to the WhatsApp group, inshallah, is not an issue. We like to make sure the more the merrier. I even we have, some of our members who will sometimes have both the US phone and a Saudi phone while we're in Saudi Arabia, and we add both numbers in, because if you don't get it on one, you'll get it on the other. But I just want to take this opportunity to discuss the technological needs we're going to have on the trip, because it's a really great question. And I know Brother Yasser has also asked about whether or not we need an internet connection once we're there, and absolutely we do. So you're going to need at least one unlocked smartphone for while you're there. It obviously needs to be a smartphone so you can download the Nusuk app. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you do it from here and not wait. But you need an unlocked phone, so that way either you're using your US carrier with data roaming while you're in Saudi, or you're getting a local Saudi SIM, like you mentioned, brother. So that way you have data while you're there, because the Nusuk app is run on the internet. It is run on data. So you, for example, could download it and make your permits from here, right? But while you're there, if you get logged out and you don't have internet connection, that can become an issue. So we definitely highly, highly recommend having an internet connection while you're there. And of course, you need a smartphone.
Okay, my second question is, what time you're planning to leave from Medina to Makkah, and what is the expected arrival time in Makkah plus check-in? Because we would like to go for Umrah the same night, the night between 27 and 28. So the permits are not open for our dates right now, in the last week of December, but I want to get the Umrah permit. I know you said the Umrah permits are not really checked or required, but we have to issue the Umrah permit. So even like if we miss the deadline or we get there early, we should be able to get in for Umrah the same night, right?
So let me take that question, inshallah. So as long as you have a permit close to the time, 5 6 hours before or after, they don't really check the permits, but if they do, they let you in as long as you have a permit for around the same time. So let's say you plan to do Umrah at 11. If you have a permit anytime, after noon or maybe early morning time for the following day, you should be good to go to enter. So if you're getting a permit, I would highly suggest get something 6 p.m. to midnight time should be the best timings to pick up the permits.
So for the Umrah permit, the entire group has not to be sync, right? We will
Not
go
necessarily. We
right.
don't
Okay.
need to be synced. Like what we usually do is we advise everyone to take out any permits that are available between 6 p.m. and midnight. And
Okay.
once those permits fill up, we advise them to take the permit out right after midnight. So with the Umrah permits, it's a little bit different, but the Roda permits, they're exactly to the time.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, what time you plan to leave from Makkah to Medina on
So
27?
our scheduled time is actually 11 a.m., but that time may change. That's why we have the groups where we will inform you if that time changes.
Okay.
It's highly likely that we will depart after Zohar, but we can't let you know that till we see the situation, what's going on. We don't want anyone to sit in the lobby once we arrive in the hotel in Makkah. So the way
Okay.
we like to do the work is we want to have all the keys ready before you even reach the hotel. So we're not going to the check-in counter and
Oh,
checking
okay.
everyone in. We have staff already available in the hotel who check
Okay.
in the group and have the keys ready. So that happens in both Makkah and Medina.
Okay. And what is our expected departure time from Makkah to Jeddah on the 31st night?
So it will be approximately 12:45 a.m. to
Okay.
1,
Okay. Close to one. Okay. Got
close
it.
to 1, yes.
Got it. Thank
I
you.
also see some questions coming in regarding the Nusuk app setup. So I'd highly recommend in the group chat, we already have both a video tutorial and a step-by-step guide. If you run through that, it should make it easier. And yes, you using the visitor, you need your visa number that to get into that. So I know that some of us who were visiting last year or have their visas that are basically expiring, and they can't get their new visas before those old visas expire. So you're still waiting on those visa numbers, right? But because you visited last year, you should already have a login. So you can just log in with the same login that you had for Itmarna. Nusuk is the same app. It's just they revamped it and just gave it a different name. So the Itmarna login should get you into Nusuk as well.
All right, we have another question from Qamar Manzoor. If you would like to come on audio, inshallah, and ask.
Yes, quick. I have a quick. I'm sorry for interruption. So I have a quick question. I'm trying to download this app here. So there are two questions. They're asking for the national Ikamanam ID, and the second one is the city of residence. So what should be my input?
So we have a detailed guide available within the group chat.
Okay.
And you're registering as a visitor, not as a resident. So just a reminder to everyone, we are registering as a visitor.
So leave it blank then, city of residence. Okay.
No. You're registering as a visitor. They have three categories in there when you go sign up for the Nuzuk app. So you will have residents, golf, and then you'll have visitors. So we are all registering as visitors.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, got it now. Okay.
I'm actually going to go ahead and resend that video tutorial in the group chat. So if everyone could just take a look at that, as long as you follow that really step by step, it kind of walks you through everything. But besides the video, there's also like a guide that shows you, okay, this is where you're clicking, this is where you're swiping. And so that way you can, kind of between the two, you can follow either one step by step, and that kind of helps you. With
Okay.
these things.
Thank you.
All right, I think we have another question.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I have a question about the Zamzam. You already told the issue the Muslim community is facing with this Saudi airline. I don't know, people who are traveling with Emirates, Egypt, Turkish, they have no issue. They came back with the Zamzam 5-liter bottles. So, do you know if we can buy this Zamzam 5-liter bottles in Makkah? I know we can get it on airport in Jeddah, but if I don't want to get bottles in Jeddah, do you know if the shops, if I can go to the shop and buy these 5-liter bottles?
When we land in Medina, you can go ahead and pick it up right from the airport. That's the easiest way to get the Zamzam.
Then I have to carry all the way to Makkah.
I mean, it goes on the bus, and it's we have the transportation everywhere. So
I will find a box to put my Zamzam inside. Okay,
inshallah.
this is a good advice. I will get it from Medina. That is a good advice. Thank you.
No problem, inshallah. So inshallah, we will end the meeting over here. I hope everyone was able to get a lot of important information. And please send us a message if you're not able to activate your Nuzuk apps, so we can go ahead and assist you. And please take a look at the guides. Our guides are very detailed, so you can sign up for these apps. We covered a lot of information in this meeting. I know there are plenty of people who joined a little bit late. We will have a recording available for this meeting, inshallah. So just keep that in mind. You can watch the recording again, and it will be available to you sometime tonight, inshallah, or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and before we end off, I just wanted to give everyone a reminder, if you haven't already received the information, that Brother Kareem will be hosting at the Islamic Center of at the Islamic Center of Staten Island, a Umrah guide that really covers the spiritual aspects, the etiquettes, the rulings that you need to know for this trip, inshallah.